That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. Take 1 minute, go down and hit subscribe. That guy right there, he's slow. It's okay. Get subscribed, come back. We've got artists, authors, filmmakers, musicians, creative minds of all kinds on the Hangin With Web Show. Right now, we are here in the studio and we're hanging with Sheila Sturtevant.
Hi.
How are you, Sheila?
I'm good. How are you?
Sheila is the world's lifetime Miss Tourism. Lifetime Miss, like forever.
Like forever.
Like you're going to be on tour forever.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. It's going to see the world like several times over. Again. That's right. Because you've been everywhere.
I've been everywhere.
Wow. That's really cool. Right now, you're doing a lot of work with Hangin With Web Show alumnus and indie filmmaker Andrew Heller.
I am.
And you're working on as a spokesperson for A Gift of the Heart.
I am.
What aren't you doing?
Being at home.
See, nobody wants to be at home.
That's right.
Well, they're at home. They're on the computer right now watching, and we're happy.
We want you to be
We
at
want
home.
you to be at home until you get done watching this episode, and then we want you to go out and find Sheila because she's touring the world somewhere. Could be England, France, could be Arkansas. See, they didn't see that one coming. They were like, "What?" They were
That's
like, "What?"
where I'm from.
See, she's from Arkansas, so now they all know.
Now they know. Now you can come stalk me.
Sheila, wow. So I think let's start with the Gift of the Heart, and then we'll work on some of the other things that you're doing. Okay. So how did you get involved with the Gift of the Heart?
I actually was Miss Arkansas Tourism, and I was running for the next title.
Okay.
And I was in line, and there was a lady that was in my group, and she said, "What is your platform?" And my platform has always been working with children with cancer and their families to help them get enough financial support to not lose their home, to not lose their car, to not lose their job. That way, if their child does get better, they have a home to go home to.
It is. I think one of the things that is often lost in the discussions about these horrible diseases that we have, and cancer is certainly on the top of that list, is that survival is only the beginning of a journey. Once you survive your treatment, once you survive cancer, you still have to go back to your life. What's left of it.
If you have one left, if you have a home left, if you haven't lost everything due to being where you're supposed to be, which is with your child. That's exactly where you're supposed to be.
So now what led you to Andrew on that journey?
So I was telling this young lady, well, she's my age, I'm not young, but I was telling her my platforms.
They're on YouTube, so they're like, 14.
Oh.
This is still young.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm 25.
That's right. This is still young.
But so I was telling her my platform, and she says, "I know a guy named Andrew Heller. He's written a book, and he's going to make a movie. You need to talk to him."
Wow.
Well, I'd never talked to anybody in the movie business. I run in different circles. I talk to pageant people and media, but never like movies. And so I'm like, okay, well, give him my number, thinking I'll never hear from him. And of course I didn't for several days. And
so most people who send a letter or make a call to somebody in the movies, it's like that length of time is much longer. So several days. That's not bad.
Well, she come up to me right the last day when I got crowned the title before this, where I was the international title holder for my division. And she says, "Did he ever get a hold of you?" And I said, "No." She said, "I'll be right back." And she called him on the phone, and I'm not sure what she said to him, but she said, "Call her." 3 seconds later, my phone rang, and it was Andrew on the other end, and it's been a match ever since.
That's fantastic. Wow. So you Miss Arkansas Tourism.
I was
and
Miss
you
Arkansas.
recently had the international title.
The World's Classic Miss International title.
And now the Lifetime title.
And now,
how long have you been involved in pageants?
3 years.
You always expect that answer to be like 3 years.
3 years.
Just dove in. Why? Why? What drew you to that?
My husband had passed away, and that's incredibly difficult. And I was kind of lost. I just wasn't doing anything. I had 6 children, and all of them were leaving the nest, and I was down to 2. And
Yeah, they do that. They grow up, and then they're gone.
I don't understand. I thought I just got a bigger house, but that's not what happens.
No.
They leave, and you get a smaller house. So it's true.
It's true.
It's true. So I realized the one was leaving, and I was going to be left with one, and I thought, I have way too much time on my hands, and I did a charity benefit, and it was a pageant to get cheerleading uniforms for our local school, and I won. And
That's cool.
I didn't know how I won, but I did.
Well, that's one of the things that we try to promote on this show are people becoming involved in arts and entertainment at whatever stage in life they are in. And to hear you say 3 years, this wasn't something you did all through your 20s or all through, this was just something,
I was a mom.
the nest was empty and it was time for you to do you. And this is where you found.
This is where
that
I've
is really
landed.
cool. That is really cool. Now, I'm not going to tell you how old she is.
I already did.
She's a gorgeous 24. That's right. But this shows you have a passion for what you're doing. You have a passion for speaking about important topics.
Yes.
And it from the middle of your 20s onward, you can still be successful.
Very.
That's right.
Very.
So you just got back from a tour to Europe.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
The bomb.
The bomb.
The bomb.
See, yeah, we can be hip too. You, go away. Yes.
I have young children.
That's right. Wow.
How did that start?
Yeah.
Well, they heard about my platform, which
Okay.
is, 30 some odd years, I have run around 100-mile radius of wherever I'm living at the time. And I find people, I was the international spokesperson for survivors for cancer for a year. And so my name is on a list of people who you can contact to do appearances or help raise money
Okay.
for families, which
Awesome.
is my passion.
That's awesome.
So I do a 100-mile radius, and so it's very small communities where I live, very, very small. And so I'm
Well,
always...
for those who are mathematically challenged, Europe is not within a 100-mile circle of Arkansas. So she's expanding.
I've expanded quite
Yes.
a bit. But they wanted me over there, one, because I have a title. 2, I'm attached with the Gift of the Heart, who is doing great things, and I know you're going to be hearing about that later.
Yes.
And then the third reason was because they wanted to know how these smaller towns of theirs could get these programs started to help these families individually. And
Wow.
it started with just London. And then London said, we want you here. And I said, you have to fly me. I don't have that kind of money. And so then it branched out, and I wound up doing 9 countries.
That's fantastic.
It was really great.
Wow. Most unique or memorable moment from the tour? What would you say just stands out in your mind?
Oh, well, there's 2. One,
Okay.
I got to go into Parliament in London while it was in session, and that's like totally illegal.
And you, by the way, when somebody with a crown walks into Parliament, they're not used to things going well. So
Very true, very true. No, nobody judged me. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was a good thing. And then the other thing I got to do was I was allowed to take photos with the Queen's Guards,
wow,
and that's just unheard of.
that is fantastic.
So
That is awesome.
I've had such a great time.
Now, as a spokesman and working hard for A Gift of the Heart, you've been working kind of state to state to work on recognition for the film and what it's trying and the message that it's sending.
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit about some of your successes so far?
Oh, well, first I started with my own governor of the state of Arkansas, and he was so gracious, and we gave him a copy of the book that was signed and had a great photo opportunity, which he did publish on his webpage. Photos of myself
Wow.
and the book and him. And so then, of course, now I've got that, so I need more.
Well, yeah.
So I am a former resident of Texas. I went to high school and college there, Lubbock High and Texas Tech University. So I thought, still have a lot of friends there. So I started doing a lot of media there and got a hold of their governor. sent him all the paperwork of everything I've been doing for
Wow.
30 some odd years, and including the gift and including the crown. And next thing you know, I was qualified for one of their highest awards. And I had to turn that down, not because I'm that person, but because I wanted an award for Andrew and I to have together to show that the governor is supporting us in what we're doing with A Gift of the Heart.
Absolutely. Now, when Andrew first told you about the film project, and of course you had the book out,
Correct.
and so what were your thoughts when you read the book, when you heard the story, and you heard where you wanted to go with the film?
I thought it was incredible somebody thought like I did. I did. I thought it was incredible because I feel like I'm the only one pushing the boat. You know?
Yeah, and when you're doing
do.
that kind of work, a lot of the
It's very
time it does.
difficult.
It feels very lonely.
Yes.
Because you hear the success stories, you feel the failures,
Yes.
and it feels like a very lonely place to be. And then to find out that somebody out there wants to do the same things as you and
on
thinks
a
the same
level
way.
much more grand, you know, because I'm only one person, I could only do so much. And so that's why I confined it to where I lived. You know, I didn't have money to go on tours and do all these wonderful things that people get sponsored for. I didn't have that. I didn't have the recognition. And, you know, and here I'm meeting somebody who does have
Now,
recognition.
you do a lot of work in your community as well.
Oh my gosh,
You really
yes.
do work with the neighbors. So we would like to know, did you catch the groundhog? See?
That's so funny. Susie, I'm going to get you. I had set the trap the day before.
Okay.
And the next morning, Mr. Groundhog, because we had a cold front come in, so it was in the low 40s. So I guess he didn't want to come out and play. And so I had to leave to catch my flight to come to Orlando, and I have not had a chance to find out if she's caught that groundhog yet. But the
All
trap
right.
is set
Well,
and baited.
Leave a comment down below. If you know the fate of Mr. Groundhog, please let us know. Where are you going to be next? Where are you traveling to next?
After I go home, I'll be home maybe a week, maybe not quite a week. And then I'm going to be up in St. Louis for over a week.
Wow,
working
fantastic.
there.
That is awesome. Guys, we're going to put links down below so that you can find Sheila and her schedule, and you can follow her adventures. You can also find Andrew Heller's A Gift of the Heart. We're going to put links down below for the book and for how to support the film and how to support this fantastic cause. Remember, that's one of the things that art is all about, is supporting humanity in all of its endeavors. And cancer is a brutal disease that not only decimates the person, but it decimates families and finances. And so support Sheila and all of the work that she's doing. Support A Gift of the Heart. Remember, guys, as we say goodbye, we want to thank the people who support us. We want to thank the people over at Something Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, Off the Chain Radio with author Yvonne Mason, Pound the Grape in Melbourne, Florida, and Embellish Effects, which is a makeup and costume shop over in Orlando, Florida, that is amazing.
Funsies.
It is a lot of fun, and they're open all the time. You don't have to wait till Halloween for this one. They're every day. So remember, everybody, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next. Good deal. Thank you, Sheila. That was awesome.